Hello YouTube, I'm John Strickland, a photographer on Instagram, and today we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of driving for Uber and Lyft. So let's go on a ride right now. Alright, so we're back and I'm in the car. Let's just find out where I'm going to place this camera. Let me think. So I mentioned I'm a photographer on Instagram. Why is that? Well, it's my hobby. But I needed some extra cash, so I decided to try to find something that was very flexible in hours and also paid a good amount of money. So I did my research and I realized that Uber and Lyft is actually pretty profitable. But there are some things that you might not know and some people won't always tell you because they haven't actually experienced it until they've driven a long time. Around August of 2017, I signed up for Lyft and I signed up for the sign-up bonus. That's really important. So basically I did all the research I could to find out which one's better, how to drive and how to make the most amount of money. And I found a lot of pros and cons, and I'd like to summarize them down to two main points. That of work difficulty and the cost benefit, because you really want to know, is it worth it to drive for Uber and Lyft? So let's get into the main 2 points. So the difficulty in work, you want to make sure that your work isn't too hard to do, something that you actually can make a profit out of. And how is the work? It's actually pretty easy. It's a difficulty of probably 0 because driving is one of the easiest things you can actually do. I would say probably if you're thinking about driving in Uber and Lyft, the main difficulty is location of where you're going to be working. I think city driving helps so much. I live near DC, Washington DC, and it really helps because all I have to do is drive about 30 minutes north and boom, I'm in the city, I'm making some bucks every hour, making way over minimum wage. In the summer I was making around $30 an hour with the sign-on bonus. That's why I really recommend you do the sign-on bonus. It's in the description below. What you're going to pay into Uber and Lyft just to drive, and how much are you going to reap from it. You're going to have a lot of downtime. Now, downtime isn't good when you're not making any money, so you want to minimize that downtime by make sure that you run both Uber and Lyft. But I recommend you sign up for them separately, maybe 60 days apart, because you really want that sign-on bonus. If you don't get the rides in the amount of time, you won't make as much money. You really want to maximize your cost and benefit and your basically how difficult it is to make even money. You want to minimize that by really making as much money as possible. So minimize that downtime. It's gonna be a lot of downtime, sometimes 30 minutes, but you want to maximize that by increasing how much you'll make per ride by doing the sign-on bonuses. So let's just go down the list. I've created a list right here. It's gonna be costing you some gas, insurance because you're gonna be driving extra than you normally would be, extra wear and tear on your car. I actually recently experienced the major expenses of my car. My right tire blew right before a ride, so you got to take that into effect that you might not make as much money because you have to pay money just to keep driving. Those are normal expenses. Another benefit cost that you're gonna have to pay is that you're gonna have to do your own taxes. You're gonna have to file a self-employed taxes. I recommend doing it through the TurboTax. Uber and Lyft, they have lots of sales when you start driving. You'll easily be able to do it. The damages, I mean, you could get into a crash. Every time you drive, you're increasing the chances of the likelihood of you crashing, and that is kind of a downside to it. So really just the pros and the cons, those are very simple. This is something that maybe it's broad, maybe it's too generic. Maybe you guys have already heard of all this stuff. If you have, just go ahead and give me a comment below what you guys think more important things I should have mentioned driving with Uber and Lyft. And those are just the main things. You're gonna pay more money on gas. Maybe you'll make more money with the sign-on bonus. That's why I really recommend you do that sign-on bonus. Right now, the Lyft is the best one. I'd recommend you go ahead and sign up with that first. It's in the description right below. You'll get another $700 just for signing up. It's they say about 200. They say about $2.50 per ride for the first 60 days, which is really helpful because that's like $2.50 an hour extra. That easily pays for all your gas and taxes that hour. So go ahead and sign up. I've got the Uber and Lyft referral codes in the bottom. You'll get an extra bonus when you sign up, and it will help me to continue to make videos. If you guys want that, go ahead. Leave a thumbs up, leave a thumbs down if you didn't like this video, comment what you guys think, share this if you like it, and I will see you next time. Possibly, if if you guys want with another Uber and Lyft video. Peace out, guys.